Have you ever noticed that the ones who talk the loudest often have the least to show, while those who move in silence are the ones changing the game? Let me tell you something that most people won't. Real success doesn't scream, it whispers. It doesn't announce its arrival. It just walks into the room and changes the atmosphere. In a world that constantly begs for attention, there is immense power in being the one who doesn't need to prove anything. That's the art of quiet success. And it starts when you stop chasing validation and start building unshakable foundations. Imagine this: you're grinding day and night, putting in the work when no one's watching, making sacrifices most people wouldn't even understand. And yet, while others flaunt their rented cars and filtered lives, you remain focused because you know what you're building is real. You don't need applause when you've got progress. You don't need claps when you've got clarity. Quiet success is not weakness, it's wisdom. It's knowing that real growth happens in silence. Trees don't make noise when they grow. Icebergs don't brag about how deep they go beneath the surface. And the most dangerous person in any room is the one who has nothing to prove, because they already know who they are. You see, we live in a culture where attention is the new currency. Likes, followers, views, people chasing numbers like they define their worth. But here's the truth: what's loud isn't always strong, and what's silent isn't always soft. Some of the most successful people you'll ever meet won't post about their wins, because they're too busy working on their next move. That's power, that's discipline, and that's rare. The moment you stop showing off, you start showing up for yourself, for your craft, for your mission. You begin to build a legacy, not just an image. You become more concerned with character than clout, and that changes everything, because flashy fades, but substance lasts. When you learn to love the shadows, the hard work, the late nights, the silent struggles, you become dangerous in the best way. While others burn themselves out for momentary spotlight, you're building something that'll shine long after the lights go out. Don't underestimate the power of privacy. Not everyone needs to know your plans. Not everyone deserves a front row seat to your journey. Some things are too sacred for the timeline. Your growth is not a spectacle. Your transformation is not for display. It's for you. It's for the battles you fight that no one sees, for the strength you build when no one claps, for the discipline you choose when comfort calls your name. Quiet success is earned in the unseen. It's the job you do when you're tired, the reps you grind out when you want to quit, the books you read instead of scrolling, the sacrifices you make that no one will thank you for. And when it finally pays off, when the results speak for themselves, you won't need to tell anyone. You'll become undeniable. So stop explaining yourself. Stop defending your pace. Stop feeling the need to perform. Let your work do the talking. Let your consistency introduce you. Let your results walk into rooms your voice never had to enter. That's how kings move. That's how queens reign. They don't shout, they just rise. And if you're really about greatness, you'll realize that the most powerful moves are often made in silence. Think about the lion. The lion doesn't roar to hunt. It moves with precision, with patience, with purpose. It doesn't need to announce it's a lion. Its presence speaks volumes. You are the lion, but only if you stop trying to convince the world and start preparing to conquer it. The path to mastery is paved with quiet mornings, missed parties, disciplined nights, and years of being misunderstood. You have to be okay with being underestimated, with being overlooked, because one day, when the world finally sees what you've built, they'll call it overnight success, and you'll smile, because you'll know it wasn't. It was every silent morning, every quiet sacrifice, every invisible choice. The greatest story you'll ever write will be the one no one saw coming. So let them doubt, let them talk, while they brag. You build, while they boast. You bleed, and when it's time, let your work erupt like thunder. But until then, be still, be focused, be dangerous, because silence is not the absence of noise, it's the presence of power. The kind of power that's earned, not given, the kind that's built, not bought, the kind that lasts. So burn the need for approval. Kill the addiction to attention, starve your ego, feed your purpose, because those who need to be seen are often empty, but those who build in silence, they're full of drive, of discipline, of destiny. Don't just chase success, embody it. And remember, the ones who move in silence, they shake the world, quietly, relentlessly, permanently.